Now it's working. Action. Hello and welcome to the Jury Cast, the podcast series where we talk about the case of 12 Angry Men. I'm Mateus and I'll be the host today.
I'm Davi and I'll be the co-host.
In today's episode, we'll be talking with the third juror from the case of the 12 Angry Men.
Hello, Matheus. Hello, David. I'm very glad to be here today. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, for those who don't know, this man is the third juror in the case in the novel of 12 Angry Men. And he is probably the most interesting character in the novel, in the entire novel, because he was the last one to say that the boy was not guilty. And for the entire book, he questioned, especially juror eight, of what he was talking about and why he tried to put the boy not in jail, try to prove that he was innocent.
So, for the first topic, we're going to ask you, did you talk to any other juror after that, or did you just ignore them and go home and
It's a very different question, but yes, I did. I talked to juror eight after the trial. But after the trial, I decided to take some time to think about it myself and all the things that I did because I really wasn't the best person in the trial. So after thinking a lot about all the things that I've done, I decided to talk to juror eight. And we met at a bar and we talked about the things, and I started to ask for him or sorry for him because all the things that I said to him and all the things that I done. And surprisingly, he forgave me.
Really, that's really unexpected to forgive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now we talk. Sometimes we talk. We're kind of a friends.
After the case, do you still think like maybe you should have done something different on the jury room or said something or explained better your point of view, or you were just angry about your son?
You think we're impartial or something in the case?
I think I was really impartial, and I let all that prejudice that I had. Uh, think that the boy was guilty, and about all the things that I had with my son and how I treated him. And I am pretty sure that I was influenced by all this stuff.
Talking about your son, how is it? Did you talk to him? Did you try to contact him?
Yes, I did try to contact him. I called him for his surprise. I called him and we met at a park that I used to take him as a kid. We talked about everything. We talked about, I discovered that he had a wife and she was pregnant. Yeah. And we talked about it, and I said I'm sorry to him about the slap and everything. And that I leave him. I said I'm sorry like 100 times, and he forgave me. And now we're talking, and I'm planning to live next to him.
This part with your son in the whole book and your history with him was really emotional, especially to me and Matilda as well, because I have a nephew and like seeing that you didn't talk to me at all for 2 years, 2 entire years was really shocking to me, and I think of how I need to talk more with my nephew and give him more attention and spend more time with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, me as well. I have a daughter. She's 16. She's attending to Manhattan High School. And I was thinking about her the entire time while I was reading or watching the movie. And I think it was really must have been really difficult for you to judge a child when you haven't talked to yours in years.
Yeah, it really made me sad thinking about. I kind of saw the boy that was being judged to me, because I was, it really looked like the case with me and my son, how the fight that we had. So it made me really emotional to talk about all that. In the book, when I read the book, I really got emotional. I couldn't read it because it made me so sad. Yeah, you should give more attention to that. Things are good.
Oh, now that we discussed 2 points, before we continue, I want to give have something of idea, like uh, talking to our sorry, talking to our sponsor today. That is Funko. That is before. Yeah, our sponsor today is Funko. That's of people mostly know it's that one company that makes those toys, but are not really toys to play. More of collectors and people who really like culture pop because here they do toys about uh, films, series, games, and everything that you can think of, books. So they are sponsored today, and if you use this code in the or you can get 20% discount on their official site to get any Funko Pop that you want. And they also told me something that's yeah, you can say that. You tell this friend.
We're happy to announce that Funko is officially launching the whole collection of the 12 jurors and the foreman of the 12 jurors to the newest collection of Funkos. That's all.
We don't have images, they didn't share with us, but they share the news that they will release like in the next month a new collection. Let's get to our break. Você tem trabalho assim. Vai não.
So now that we're back from the break, I still have some doubts, and I would really like to ask you to understand. How did you feel when you left there? Like at the end of the movie or the novel, you were like mentally breaking down, and then you were thinking of your son, and you were reminded of him. And then when you got to the part two, how was it? Did you go all through? Did you say something? Did you apologize? How was it?
Thought that the boy was 50 at the time, but it wasn't because of the boy. I at first all the things related to the case, and of course was telling that it was boy's fault. But after some time about all the stuff that Joel A said, even though I did something about it just after that I got out of the courtroom, I saw that it was just prejudice and all the things that I had with my son.
Yeah, and like you really feel like we're embarrassed or something because in reading the book and the whole history, we felt like just in the end you felt like you were being impartial and giving an idea that the boy was your son and not taking him as another person that has nothing to do with you. But
Yeah, I can say that the things that happened with me and my son have uh, made my mind about the trial, but it wasn't all of that. It was because of the prejudice that I had with those kind of things. And those kind of people. I'm so sorry about that term. And how it was, yeah, it was not just because of my son, but it was because of the prejudice that I had at the time, but I'm already working.
Talking about your son again, nowadays, would you have done something differently with him, like when he was a child, about maybe some prejudice about the norms or anything like that?
Would have done differently. I would have listened to your eight more at the time. I wouldn't have done that to his son. I would have listened to everything that your eight have had to say. And because he was right all along, he did gave all the proof that he had. And he was right about the boy being not guilty. Was everything in front of me, but I couldn't see it. It was all of the things that had already happened to me. But yeah, I would have done it.
About the case, do you believe like the testimony that people gave, like the elder man who lived in the apartment below where the case happened, or like the woman across the street who saw in pitch black night a man stab the kid stab his father? Do you believe that that was all true, or do you believe that they convinced themselves that that was true, or did they see it? They were afraid to say that.
Also, the boy didn't remember the film that he saw. Do you believe he didn't remember or he didn't see it all? I don't know.
Maybe she could have seen something, but maybe she saw something. I don't really know if she saw. I'm not sure. But after all the stuff that Jordan said, and he told about the woman that probably wore glasses, I think that she may have misunderstood what she saw. She must have saw something, but she probably misunderstood.
So you think that they believed in what they said, but it just wasn't true.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so just finishing now, I think we all can agree that we learned something, especially those who read the book, not only saw the film, because we see that our lives can be very impartial. We can, different aspects can speak with others, and I think, like in in the boy's case, we think that that he's your son, but he's not, and you still have that image of regretting everything that you did. But this advice for our lives that we can we cannot do that. We need to think, to really put our heads down and think sometimes if we're really doing something right, and also always think twice before doing something that we can regret.
So now coming back to
So
the subject that you said your son now has a wife. You said it right?
Yes.
He has a wife and she's pregnant. Congratulations on being a grandfather. I hope you enjoy it and you get the chance to be the greatest grandfather you can be.
The great grandfather and being better than what I did with my
yeah, I think you being a grandfather is a second chance to be
the
better.
second.
So that's all.
That's
And
it.
thanks for watching, everybody that's watching the live, everybody that is here. Wait, no, yeah, don't yet, don't yet. Wait. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you on the next episode. Yeah, four people watching.
Eles ainda estão vendo.